What is up, guys? Welcome to the Baller Pod. This is your host, Ezekiel Pierce. If you've listened to the Baller Pod before on Spotify, then welcome back. If not, a little bit about myself. I'm a junior college football player, and I decided to start the Baller Pod not only as a way to have really cool conversations and hear some amazing stories, but also as an excuse for me to sit down with people who are, killing it in their industry, very successful, from athletes to entrepreneurs, and really anyone that I myself consider to be a baller. With that being said, today we're going to be talking to two brothers, entrepreneurs, who have built a fashion curation business from the ground up in Los Angeles. They've been able to grow their company into one of the biggest fashion plugs in LA. They've worked with celebrities from athletes to rappers and really just anyone across the board. Today we're going to be talking to Danish and Nahib Chaudhri. Well, first off, guys, I just want to say thank you guys for hopping on. Nahib, Danish, you guys didn't have to come out here and, do my podcast. So I just want to say thank you guys for hopping on. It means a lot.
No, of course, man. Appreciate you for having us, man.
Right. So to start off, before we get into the background of Kicksblast and everything, could you guys just tell me about where you guys came from and your upbringing?
So we're originally from like Palos Verdes and stuff. Our parents are from Pakistan.
Okay.
And been here for a few years and PB and stuff.
When did you guys move out here?
We moved out here probably like about 8 years ago, but we've been doing this business for about 5 years now.
Okay. I remember when I first met you guys, you told me that you might have had like a family business in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
A family business in Dubai, which was kind of the same fashion curation thing, which we'll get into later. Can you tell me about like your family business and kind of like how that was starting off, seeing maybe your parents, start a business of their own?
Yeah, so it was they started up in Dubai and stuff. It was doing well, and then it slowly decreased as other shoe competitors came in the game, and once a shoe store over there blows up in Dubai, it's very hard to compete. So that's when we realized we come here to LA, there's so many connections here, and the connections we've built over here in LA, it's just amazing, and it's just like unlimited connections over here. So it's amazing that we're here in LA. We're grateful. Amazing.
Right. When you first came out here, what was your guys' first step into like building Kicksblast and kind of transferring over everything that you had learned from Dubai to LA?
I would say it would be like mostly like building the connections and stuff. Like at first it was like COVID and stuff, so we just graduated high school and we had some like money and stuff, but our main thing was like, okay, like business is not about like making money and stuff, it's just about making connections and actually like understanding like if you sell any item you want, not even making money and just having that connection and running it like long term means much more than actually like making money off a person just for one time based. It's more like long term relationships that really matter.
Right.
I would like to add on, it was not like our first main like people we went for were like college athletes. This was the time where there was no NIL deals. I'd say 1 year after we were doing after college athletes, then the NIL deal came in, and which helped us a lot because more athletes had more money, helped us even more. And then after the athletes, we realized, why don't we go to like more artists and stuff? And that it was, yeah.
How did you reach out to people to let them know that like what you guys do? How'd you even reach out to them in the first place?
For like these athletes or more
When you
artists?
first came out here, when you first started?
We just would hit people up from Instagram. We would just like their photos and stuff and just be like DM for drip.
Okay.
And we would just get so many DMs, but nowadays Instagram has like policies where like you can't even do that. Like there's a certain limit. I don't think it goes past to like 25 accounts, which we don't even do that anymore. I think we haven't done that for the past like 2 years maybe. But in the beginning, I'd say that's what we did day and night. Day and night was our bread and butter. We just hit people up, just sitting there marketing ourselves out there to individuals who were interested in clothing and kicks. As you could see, like from their pages, they'd be wearing some designers and stuff. Yeah, and we just DM and then we just go from there.
Yeah, adding on to his point, like at first it's like so hard, like no one's like your page is there and stuff, but like who's gonna want to buy from you like without having any like reputation or like people you trust? You're spending so much on these shoes and stuff. Like, who's gonna be the first few people who are gonna actually like trust you and buy from you and actually like show your page that like you're actually like a legitimate like source? It was like very hard at first, like getting the orders, and like as time like went on and stuff, it became easy. Like we had so many reviews on our page, we would like make sure like once you go on our page under our highlights, like there's so many reviews and stuff, and it made it much easier. But like in the beginning it was very tough getting like your name out and showing like that you're actually legit and you have these shoes and stuff. Even the fact that like you have these shoes, you FaceTime them and stuff, they're very picky. Like some people are like, no, like why not, like let's just meet up, while like they're in like a whole different state.
Right. So,
Yeah.
kind of going back to your transition over here, you said it was like it's really hard to start out. How was it transitioning, like moving to an entire different country? Like, what was that transition like?
It was it
It
was
was it wasn't that hard because
Okay.
we first grew up here, um, and then we went to Dubai. We lived there for a few years, and then when we came back, it was easy to adjust. It wasn't too hard, but I'd say for sure there is cultural differences. As our upbringing is like we're Muslim and stuff in Dubai. There's like it's called azan, so that's where they do the that's when we know it's prayer times. Over here we have to make our own schedule like prayer times because no one's like considering prayer times here. So I feel like that's the big difference over here, especially it's Ramadan right now. But other differences would be like I don't know.
yeah, I feel like that was a big part. And like when you seeing like other people like your same people, like they're praying at and stuff, like at each mall you would go to, there's like always like prayers, restaurants and stuff, food places. But once you're here it's like uh there's no really like that space where it's given to you. You have to make that own space however you do so, like whether it's like doing it in a public area and stuff. But it's completely different over here.
Right. Was there any level of kind of prejudice that you had to face coming across, coming to the U.S.?
I would say no, not real. I don't think it was that hard
Yeah.
in our opinion because I think we originally grew here, but then we went to
Mm.
Dubai for a few years. Uh, and then when we came back, it was. I think the biggest difference was just like, yeah, just gotta stay disciplined on ourselves on who we really are, um, and who we really are is that we pray, we're like religious, but at the same time, over here, when we're out here with friends and stuff, or when we're working, even we have to make our own times, like on our phone, saying like, yo, we have to pray and stuff. I'd say that was the biggest difference.
Right. So when you first came out here, you guys you work for yourself. How did you make money, and how did you support yourself starting out without any like real clientele?
I'd say so. The first time we came out here was with it wasn't much. We didn't have money really at all. Our parents, I remember for high school graduation, they gave us like, uh, uh, they gave us two watches, and then they gave us a few money for us just to buy clothes or shoes. So we were like, all right, let's just buy more shoes. Um, and then we bought more shoes. We bought 3 off-whites, which we had, and in a week and a half, we made 1,500 off those, right?
Yeah, we made 1,500 off those, and the thing was, we were
We were
always
gonna
into
wear it
shoes.
for ourselves.
Yeah,
We were gonna wear it for ourselves. Then we were like, okay, so with that 1,500, which we got over here in the U.S., we just we just kept on investing in that money over here because shipping from Dubai to here is very expensive. So that's why we have inventory in Dubai, where most of our inventory is held is in Dubai, and then
Right.
slowly inventories come in here always. So we have yeah, but we mostly do ship from Dubai. So I'd say
yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
Okay. So when you come out and you're using, the money from those off-whites that you sold, and is that kind of just how you kept on building the business? You just kind of rinsed and repeated that method, ship it over, and that's kind of what you do now?
exactly. That's how we started. Yeah, and then actually, besides that fact, we would be selling shoes and stuff, but we would be making like, I remember our first few purchases we made, like our first shoe we actually sold, besides those 3 shoes, was only a $20 profit margin, in
Right.
which isn't much at all, So it was like the fact that we would just keep on, yeah, repeating like what we were doing. We would buy the shoes, keep on selling it, and marketing yourself. And I feel like the hardest part for ourselves, or actually like a business itself, is the marketing aspect, because like if you don't have any marketing, you don't have any clients, you don't know where you're going, it's like there's no money. So
Right.
there's like the fact that you have to know who your audience is, who you're actually going for, and focus primarily on a specific audience, because the world's so big that like you could be focusing on like anything you want, but it's like, what are you going to get done with it if you focus on something small and actually like target your group you want to go for? Like in our case was athletes. We were like, athletes love doing game day
Yeah, they
fits,
like,
they love
yep.
dressing up, they love going out, and very young age too. Like we've always been into fashion and stuff, so
Right.
it was that big aspect of it.
yeah, I would like to add on like it was harder in the beginning, but now it's like easy because you have more capital to invest in, so you have like you can make better deals. So like when we go bulk purchase now, we drop 150 200,000, and we're like, okay, now this is what we're working
Wow.
with. But before it was like it was harder for sure, but I'd say it's like right time, right place. That's what they say, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So now you're dropping 200,000 on your bulk purchases. Do you have like a storage place out here, or how do you manage all of that?
Yeah, we do have a few storage places. We don't keep like everything in one place,
Right.
but we do have like 3 4 different places where we keep all the inventory and stuff, and making sure that we know like what's coming in and out. And obviously like trends always change, so we always like look into like what are we going to invest in, what are we going to actually keep. Like for example, like some designer trends come, or like streetwear, they only last for a while like Jordans, Dunks and stuff, they're always going to be there. They're
Last
always,
forever.
yeah, forever type of stuff.
So when you're deciding what to order, what do you look at, like as far as trends? Do you look at like TikTok, social media, or just kind of go off of stuff that you guys like?
I think in the beginning it was on the stuff we liked. It was just on like preference. I feel like it was like, okay, yeah, we like this, we'll just take this. But now it's like we just when we connect, when we go to like when we meet with our clients, we're like, yo, so what else do you guys like? What brands have you guys been in? So that really helps us like digest more into like, okay, they're going towards a certain brand and stuff. I don't want to name this brand though, but like some people don't wear this brand because they just don't like the meaning of the name, but like some people love it.
Mm,
So that's been an iffy situation. But there's been, so yeah,
I
I'd
feel like
say
it's Hellstar.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was gonna say.
Yeah, yeah. Some
Right.
people love it, some people don't. And then like for example, what happened with Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Some people would still wear it today, some people won't. So it's like a mix of like, yo, do we buy more Balenciaga or do we not? Um, but yeah, we like to keep every brand, no matter, because there's a statement where there's every ass to a seat, so someone's gonna buy it
Yeah.
eventually.
Right.
Yeah, and the fact that like we normally get into it fast, like whatever the new fashion or trend is, because all these artists, these rappers and stuff, these big athletes, they like having the stuff on first, and obviously we charge them more and stuff, but making sure that they're the first ones to wear it, you know. Our job is to make sure like these artists, these people, whatever the new thing item is, they wear it first and they post it first before anyone else on the internet. So it's always like stuff like that where we're like, okay, maybe it's a hit or miss, but a lot of people do take chances, like especially these big people, like they like doing that type of stuff.
So you take that information knowing like if they wear it, then their following will also wear it. So you purchase based off of that.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Right on.
Okay, that makes sense. As far as marketing, how did you first like market yourself? Was it just DMs? Did you do like flyers? Like was there anything else that you did as far as growing like not just your Instagram, but your company as a whole?
Yeah, that's an amazing question. I'd say for the first like year when we moved here, we were just like, it was day and night just marketing ourselves. Like the second we wake up to the second we sleep, it would just be full of DMs. Like we would just try to outreach. Um, did we do anything else besides that marketing? Really, no. I'd say that we were one of the first people though to like do the hotel calls. Like pull up to let's say like a team were here to visit LA, they'd be staying at a hotel. I'd say we were the first ones to like bring all the stuff we got to their room so they could browse and purchase
Right.
what they want. That was marketing, because there would be like, let's say for a football team, I remember last year there was like 50 people, 50 Colorado football players just like shopping with us, and those 50 connections, it was just out of like a few people we knew from the team. Like we knew 5 people from the team, and from
Yeah.
there we knew, then it was 45 people, and then those 45 people telling their families and friends. So I'd say it's a lot of our business is word of mouth, like people referring to each other.
Reposting and all that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So people would like shout us out and stuff. I remember we would do like, sometimes we'd be like, you could shout us out and then we'll give you 25 off on your next order, and people would be like, amazing. So they just shout us out when they receive their stuff, and it'd be amazing.
Right. So I guess who was the first person that you got on that was like, that got you that big marketing? Who's the first name, like big name that you guys got on?
I would say it would be like a tie between like Bankroll Hayden and Michael Porter Jr., both of them.
Right.
Having both of them as our first huge people, actually, like both of them didn't have to like shop with us. Both of them, we were nothing that time, right?
We were nothing, but they showed love. I think we DM'd them and stuff. I think it took probably like, there's multiple tries. Like there's times where we DM and unsend and DM. I think with Bankroll Hayden, it probably we did it like 30 times, and he eventually texted us. And he said come through, and he spent a bag with us. He's a genuine guy, Bankroll Hayden. We love him. And he shouted us out. I think he shouted us out the first night. We were like, wow, this guy's amazing. Michael Porter Jr., he was here in LA. He had a game over here, and we saw actually that he was shopping with Cool Kicks. We were like, yo, he's in LA. Of course he loves shoes if he's at Cool Kicks. We were like, all right, let's go there. So we texted Michael Porter Jr. up, and then he just texted us, and we showed him everything. And yeah, those were the 2 biggest people. And then from there, we were like, if we could deal with Michael Porter Jr. is one of the best NBA players right now, I'd say, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's been crushing it. And Bankroll Hayden, he's he has hits. Those 2, like, it showed us that like anything's possible. Now we have so many people on the line, and yeah.
Yeah, I would say after those two connections, it was like the fact that other people were seeing like Bankroll had put us on some people. Both of their followers had put us on people. Like, there were times like where other, like after those two connections, it was like, okay, who's like next? We saw like Sean Kingston in our DMs. We saw, um, 2K Baby, who was like amazing that time,
Right.
and he's still like killing his game, and uh, yeah, we had insane people, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how
Like
it started
DMing
from
It
us.
shout
just
outs.
takes one person
Yeah.
All it
to
takes is one person,
yeah.
yeah, to get your name out there. And like if someone's dealing with you, if you're dealing with these big people, they're like, okay, yeah, they're actually legit. They're actually like they're doing their stuff. And from there we were like, okay, if we're dealing with these people, we could deal with whoever we want in the world. You know, it was like we never imagined that we would be dealing with like a NBA champ or a multi platinum artist.
Right. Was once you started building those connections, did it after you got the first one, was everything just much easier? And how much growth did you see after those first initial posts of like Bankroll Hayden and MPJ?
The growth was crazy. I'd say like we, if not tripled our followers, we were small. We
Yeah.
tripled, 4 times our followers. We were getting crazy content. Everyone sliding in our DM saying like, "Yo, could I get these?" Um, I'd say yeah. Our biggest thing was people shouting us out, um, shouting us out, and then we hitting people up. It was a
Yeah,
mix of both.
and I would say it's yeah. I mean, both of these people, like Bankroll or Michael Porter Jr., they didn't need to do anything. They didn't need to support us. I mean, why they just showed love to us from
Right.
shopping with us and stuff, and we really took that as a like blessing, you know. And
That's how I feel about you guys hopping on the
man,
podcast. First in person episode. I mean,
No,
for
we're
real.
man.
yeah, we're lucky
Yeah.
to be here. But yeah, I'd say yeah.
Yeah, it was like crazy. Like we would wake up and like we had Bob. We would be like we would never expect we would see like Bobby Schmurder in our DM, and we're like,
Right.
what? Like we never even hit him up. He's hitting us up, and it was like that was insane. And then we had like Kings like for his tour Kingston. He said he has like a Road of Deliverance tour coming up, and we got his whole tour. We sponsored his tour and stuff, and he spent a whole bag with us, and that was like that business grew. He was shouting us out. It was like all of the fact that like these people were all like going, our media was going crazy because of these people shouting us out. And showing that like we actually have a name to ourselves.
Yeah, I'd say that too. But the reason why these people were doing it is because, um, as we progress to get bigger and bigger, our prices would be cheaper, like to our competitors. Let's say, like, um, so our prices would be cheaper, and we'd be like, yo, you could. So like, even though we're making not as much money as we can,
You still have more people
we still have
buying,
more people buying. So at the end of the day, we're better off with the cheaper prices and
building
having
clientele.
exactly. So that was our point. Like we get the stuff we want to sell for cheaper, and um than our actual competitors, because we could do the same thing. We could have our price higher than the competitors or the same price. But till this day, some of the competitors know that our prices are cheaper, but they're not going to do anything because they want that additional margin, where in which we don't really care. We rather provide the best price to all of our clientels.
Right. So going back to Sean Kingston, I saw that you guys had a YouTube video with him. Is that another realm that you guys are gonna try to go into as far as like social media, like YouTube and stuff like that?
Yeah, the thing was with the YouTube and dealing with these like uh bigger people, it's like they have their own contracts, or some people are like
Mm,
weird about it, or these people, some people are like, some of the people we deal with are like on probations and stuff, in which they're we just can't do anything about it. Like we can't record, we can't have any footage around us. um but it was definitely like one approach we were trying to take to getting our name out. But I would say it's like um just being so busy, like having an actual photographer or a cameraman there with you, like at all times, because sometimes like you don't know who you're dealing with that night. Like sometimes like an artist could hit you up like at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and you're like, okay, let's go to the studio. So it's like unexpected times in
Right.
which like filming everything and stuff and getting everything aligned is very hard, because sometimes like a lot of these people who are hitting us up are like here in LA, but they have like a flight or they have to leave and we have to get there on time. So I would feel like to actually like do that, or like to actually like have all the footage and stuff, is like to have a full-time photographer, in which someday it will come, I feel like, right?
Yeah, I'd say like, yeah, for
That's
sure,
something
hundred
that's
percent.
you still want to like pursue, having like a YouTube channel and like maybe doing vlogs or something in the future.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I
we've
feel like, yeah, 100%, because just the other day Dirk's team was hitting us up at like 3 a.m.
Hmm.
But we were like, we have no photographer, no nothing. We were like, okay, we could go to Dirk's team, sell some stuff, but we were like, we want a photographer which could actually capture this, because Dirk doesn't really come out of his house. Dirk usually stays at his house and he does not let anyone go towards his house in
Right.
LA. But whenever he's here, I think the last time we saw him was a few months back, and we probably chopped it up with him for like 30 minutes, but then he had to go and he had to catch a flight. So it's very hard. Yes, we have a photographer that takes pictures of all of our items, but do we have a photographer with us all times? It's sort of difficult right now, but slowly we'll slowly get there. I'd say, yeah.
If you guys were gonna go back and start your business over, is there anything that you would have done differently as far as like creating connections, or and anything else that you would have done that with the knowledge you know now?
Yeah, I mean, we've learned so much. I mean, we've gotten scammed. There's so many like people out there in the world like today, they're still scamming, or
Scam like
people
from in what way?
scamming meaning like they'll send shoes we've bought, and they're like actually on FaceTime and they're showing these shoes and they don't send anything out, or people scamming us with like a lot like fakes and stuff. That shit's crazy. Like people are saying, okay, this is like legit and stuff, and they're selling fakes like that. We've gotten scammed, I feel like probably over $20,000, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, even more. Like, we have even customers that would pay us, like they'd pay us like multiple times, like thousands of dollars, and then like sometimes like their last time they want to see us, they're gonna be making a big purchase, and then they're gonna be like, okay, I'll pay you up, like,
And this was one
Mm.
in
of
an
a
hour.
big artist. This was
And
a
these
big
are big
artist.
artists. These are mostly or artists. I'd say, let's make this clear. They're mostly artists, but all these athletes need to keep a name. But these artists really don't
They don't
care.
care.
They don't care,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate. But so we're more careful on the artist side. If like athletes, for example, Jackson Dart was in our building with his teammates, and he said he had to pay us the rest some other day because he already went through his limit, and he paid it up the next day. We didn't have no trust issues because we know he's a good guy, genuine guy. But we just have to be careful with all these artists, I'd say. Would we do our business differently? I don't know. I'd say our story is not perfect, of course, but it's like we're still going through it. Like we're still trying to make our customer service better. I'd say it's all about customer service. Sometimes we get a lot of clientels, and it's so hard to keep like everyone happy. I'd say that's the hardest part. Um,
Right.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we want everyone happy,
yeah, we
and
want
stuff.
everyone happy, and it's just so difficult if you have like hundreds of DMs, and they don't realize that it's just me, my brother, and our family in Dubai running it. So it's like, okay, we have to take care of the people in our Dubai store. We have to make sure all the inventory that they're selling, we're keeping track of that. And then plus that, we see the shipment packages that are going from our Dubai warehouse to our customers. We have to keep that updated because some packages get stolen, and stolen or lost by couriers like FedEx. And
Right.
what we have to do with that is, it's a big process. We just have to reship the same pair, and sometimes we don't have it, so we just ship a different pair if the client's cool. Um, so it's
Is it
not.
is it just the two of you like running your business?
It is
It's
just
just the two
us
of
two,
you?
and we have people underneath us. Yeah.
Okay.
So it is just us two. We started it off actually. Yeah, it's just us two. But we do have like people obviously underneath us, our manager and stuff, who help us to doing stuff. But all the decisions and stuff that are made are between just us two.
Okay.
And another thing is like consistency. That's one thing that's like in all businesses is like, yeah, you're doing good and stuff, but staying actually like consistent is like a major part. Like
Right.
you could wake up and stuff, because used to like we would go to the gym and stuff, or even till like this day, like we're going to the gym and stuff and we're working out. While we're working out, we're on our phones texting our people, we're still doing our own business. But um he still does it a lot. Like you're always on your phone. But I told myself, like when I'm in the gym, like at least like 20-30 minutes I need to myself. Like I'm not going to be on my phone. It's going to be turned off and I'm going to be relaxing. But I still see him doing it always. Like he's always on his phone. He's not letting go of his phone. He's texting customers. He's making sure everyone's happy and stuff.
Right.
But I always tell him like giving like a break to your mind and stuff is like important. Like generate like some space in your mind, like relax and stuff. But the consistency, it's like it's very hard. You get to the point where like, okay, you're doing the same thing every day. You're waking up, you're texting clienteles, you're shipping orders, you're making sure everything's good. Sometimes you're dealing with problems with FedEx and stuff, like he mentioned. You're calling them up and saying like what happened to the package and stuff. Or sometimes you're just browsing like what's new, what's like old, what should we invest in. So it's like everything like you have to take in considerate of. It's like being very consistent of like all the check marks you have to hit every day, um, to make sure you like actually like sleep right. Well, it's sometimes like there's so many nights we've had sleepless nights.
Right.
Like sometimes people are pulling up at night and then we have like an early morning um appointment, like with the game, especially it happens a lot with game days when it's like all the college football players are here, or NFL teams. It's always happening on those weekends. Like we're having like legit 0 hours of
Yeah,
sleep.
because college people, their games are usually Saturday, so we have to be there Friday night.
Right.
And then the NFL players play Sunday, so they're here Saturday, so we have to. It's just those 2 days are busy, but I'd say yeah, at anything, like you have to be at the best at what you do. So like for example, yeah, you just have to be the best at what you do. Yeah,
Of course.
I say that.
Real quick,
And then you said what's one thing we would do different if we were to redo our business? Never invest in Yeezys.
Yeah.
okay, because of the
Yeah,
controversy with Kanye West and everything.
Yeah,
Right.
never invest in that.
Yeah.
I'm wearing his Vulture stuff right now, actually.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, Yeezys. We lost a ton of money with Yeezys because
Mm.
he would redrop the breads. He would redrop every shoe possible. We were like, all right, we're done with
So
the
it's
Yeezys.
not resell anymore.
It's
just-
not. It's
okay.
really not.
It's
Yeah.
basically open to the whole
Uh,
public.
yeah,
like,
basically
Right.
The Yeezys breads were going for like $800, and we had like so many of them. He re-released them, went
Redropped
for
them.
300. Then we were like, wow.
Man.
Just
Yeah.
What's your guys' opinion on that whole Kanye West controversy and like with Adidas?
I'd be honest, I haven't looked into it that much, but
Right.
I know like Kanye has a point. Like it's his own brand, so like why is Yeezy or like why is Adidas like selling his stuff and he already like that's all I know. Like I think Kanye
Yeah,
is right.
he got a new brand going up, right? That he's
Yeah,
promoting and
yeah,
stuff.
Vultures.
The
It's
Vultures.
like his
Yeah,
new brand. I'm wearing it right
yeah.
now.
It's I mean, it's good that he started. Like he's doing his own thing. I mean, I feel like Adidas, like he was running Adidas. I mean, he killed business for them, and I don't know why Adidas would do that to him. And I see the dealers he got on.
I got
Them
these
hard,
from you.
yeah.
I actually got these from you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
them hard.
Yeah. I guess one thing I did want to clarify, I forgot to ask earlier. How old are you guys?
We're both 22 years old. We just turned
22.
22. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and we started doing it when we were what, like 17, 18?
17, yeah, 17, 18.
Yeah.
It's been a
That's
few
crazy.
years. Yeah.
So you're 22. When you guys first started like raking in money more seriously, what was that like? Like, how did you guys manage your money, and did you guys like splurge immediately? Like, because I know you're young, you're
Yeah.
like what, 20 or something when you first start getting
Yeah.
bread, and you want to like go get a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff. What was that like?
So actually, it was like the fact that we would be like, okay, once we hit a $5,000 profit, if it was first we started at 5,000, we get to spend a little. Both of us get to spend a little. Then it was 10,000, but now after that, it was only like for a year that lasted, right?
Yeah.
Once we hit 10,000 profit, we would be like, okay, we could spend a certain amount to ourselves, but now it's like we don't even
We
care
don't.
about
We just
spending.
like investments. I'd say we like investments. So what we got into was like buying Rolexes and stuff.
Yeah,
That's what
watches.
we
these
do.
hold
We're
I
gonna
us.
see
hold-
the rollies right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, we're
They
gonna
all-
hold our watches. We love our watches. Rolexes, APs. Just investment. I'd say our next big purchase, for sure, is gonna be real estate. But
Mhm.
yeah, just investments. I guess more investments. And
Yeah.
then of course like more into the business, so buying more stuff. So we have, even though we have like everything right now with wide variety of range of clothing and shoes and stuff, just keep expanding it. Sky's the limit.
Yeah, and
Right.
the thing is like, yeah, the sky's the limit, and the fact that like, yeah, you like if you were young, like having like a lot of money and stuff, but like we knew we were working really hard for the money. We're like it's worth a lot than actually like splurging. If it was given to us without
be
like
different.
actually knowing like the value of the money or like how hard we actually worked to get it, we would right away splurge. We're like, okay, yeah, that's in your account, like why not? Because before we would be like, yeah, why not just spend? But like actually knowing like you're actually working hard for it and the amount of time and like hours you've spent on that actual money, it's like so valuable. You're like, I rather hold it in my account and let it grow.
Exactly. What was your guys' first big purchase?
Damn, that's crazy.
First big purchase, not including like shoes and clothes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, just whatever comes to mind.
I'd say when we invested probably 50,000 on just like clothes. It was a bunch of Jordans, Yeezys, a lot of designer clothing too.
That was for the business.
That was for the business, but
Okay.
besides the business, I'd say
I'd say the BMW M340i.
yeah,
Yeah,
M340i,
that's what you had when
M440i.
I think I
Yeah,
first met you. And you
yeah,
had a black
yeah.
Tesla, and then
Yeah,
there's a BMW too.
Oh yeah, the BMW. Yeah, we had the BMW.
we love our
M440i.
BMWs.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's just like yeah, we just love our cars. I guess.
looking
but-
back into it, we were like, that time that M340i was like, goddamn, who knows? Like, fuck, it was so a big amount of purchase. You know,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
huge that time. Like, we were like, okay, we're getting this and stuff, and we're like, damn, like that time it was big, and it's still a big amount of like number to us. You know, like getting that car and stuff. It's not an easy car to have. It's like not a lot of people could afford it,
Mhm.
and like looking at it now, we have like the competitions and stuff. It's like, it's crazy. Like, you know, like life changes.
Yeah, life changes for sure. Like I'd
You
say-
never, like a year ago or 2 years ago, we would never expect like to be in this position we are today. Like things change so fast. Like,
so fast. That's why we try to stay focused and concentrated. We take it day by day. We used to look at it, the bigger picture. We're gonna be like, where are we gonna be in a year or like in the next year? But now we just take it day by day. We're just trying
Yeah,
to
it
work
doesn't
as
matter.
hard. It doesn't. Yeah,
it doesn't matter where you're like actually like,
as long as you're better off from the year you were before, that's all that matters. I'd say like, we just take it day by day.
yeah, just it's like when we were like picturing it, like, okay, well, where are we gonna be in a year and stuff, we would actually get like stressed and stuff. Like, you're actually like, damn, like I have to hit this. But like if you take it day by day, it's not hard. It's like the fact that you know you're working hard to a specific goal at the same time, but like looking like, or actually saying like, okay, in a year I want this much money in my account. I feel like it's not all about money at the end of the day. It's about and it's neither. It's about the destination. It's not. It's about your
Right.
journey, your
Right.
actual journey, where you're actually like enjoying the small moments and stuff, and gaining a lot of experience from athletes too. Like we're learning every time when we're with our customers. We learn from you and stuff,
Right.
and it's like actually learning and implementing it to your life. We've learned so much from our clientele, our customers. We're just selling our items we have, but at the same time, we're learning knowledge. We're gaining from people.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way I would believe that we would be with like selling to Real Madrid players or NBA players or NFL players or even big name artists, but it's just like yeah, it didn't happen overnight for sure because like we said, our business was dying out in Dubai, so it was like there was no the competitors over there. Like once a store blows up there, it's so hard to compete. So when we
Mhm.
came here, we were like we have to work hard so we could like continue this business, and which we did, and um yeah, it's for sure been a long or not yeah a long journey for sure, but I can't wait till what's ahead of us because I already know like we're gonna try to change the game up um even more. We're just trying to think of more innovative ideas like every single day, just like how we could differentiate from us and our other competitors.
Yeah, and differentiating is like really important because the market's so saturated. There's so many like sellers and stuff. But last summer, like a lot of places shut down, like cookies and cakes and stuff. Like a lot of people backed out of the market, like
Was that like a
with the shoes.
COVID thing or?
No, it was just actually like a few months ago. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people were backing out and stuff. But
Because the sneaker market went down.
Okay.
yeah,
So the value of sneakers were going down. So like people were here only for a short term, but we're here for like the long term. We're here for like who knows 20, 30, 40 years.
Right.
We're in this for the long run.
How did that happen? Like, do you guys know why the market started to dive?
Just I'd say the amount of resellers that were in the game.
that yeah for sure. And then like always like there's yeah sometimes like it comes with everything. Like yeah, prices come down, but like at the end they'll shoot right back up.
Right.
Um, with a lot of well, especially with Jordans. Like I feel like Jordans dunks, like the OG colorways, are like the best purchases to make. They actually hold their value. Keeping them dead stock and stuff. They're the
Definitely.
best for sure. Like yeah.
Right.
Why'd the market crash though a bit? I'd say it was just like what people came. They were just too excited with sneakers for the past like 3 4 years.
Became more saturated.
Yeah, it was just like people wanted sneakers, and then like people got sick of sneakers, I guess,
Right.
and then that's what happens. The price decreases, but
Is that when you guys kind of took a pivot into more of like clothing brands at that point, or
So we
what did
did,
you do?
yeah. Actually, we did start with shoes only first.
Yeah.
And then we got slow. Like after, I'd say like it was maybe even a year, right?
I think yeah, like
After
a
a
year and
year
a half.
after,
Yeah,
we started getting into clothing and stuff. We were like, okay, we could actually start doing clothing, and
I think today like from today, we started with shoes, but now we do clothing. I'd say like our clothing's better sell than
yeah,
shoes.
then shoes right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
currently today, if you're talking today, we sell more clothes than shoes.
Right.
Why is that? I wish we knew the answer, but
Mm.
Yeah.
Going back to you said you kind of live life day to day. Could you just walk me through what it looks like a day in the life of like Kicksblast?
Yeah, we wake up,
first of all, we're students, so we go to LMU currently, Loyola
Oh wow.
Marymount University.
yeah,
So many people think like when we go to school, like many people think like, or first of all, many people think that our life is so easy. Like, oh
Yeah.
wow, they have this, they have that, they have this, but they don't realize how hard we work because there's how many hours do we average a night? Probably like 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours, because we're talking to people in Dubai. Our managers out in Dubai, we talk to her, and because the time zone's different, it's like a 12-hour difference. So we have to stay up at night, and we have to communicate with them how the shop in Dubai is doing, and then we have to get back to our work over here in LA. So it's a mix of both. So I'd say first of all, we're averaging like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So from when we wake up, we probably go to class. We eat breakfast, go to class, and then we come back. Or actually, before even eating breakfast, I should say,
We go on our
we
phone.
go on our phones straight.
Yeah.
Right.
The time we wake up, we go on our phones, and then the time we even sleep, we go on our phones, and then even
Yeah,
like
like,
sometimes when I
before
wake up
you-
in the middle of the night, I'm just on my phone. Like I can't.
Yeah,
It's
like
always
I
phone.
know he's awake when I look at my phone and I see these DMs are replied. I'm like, oh yeah, I know my brother's awake. And same thing goes for you. Once I'm like on my phone and stuff, I'm replying to these people and stuff, and he's like, oh yeah, I know for sure he's awake and stuff. But our first thing is getting to our customers and stuff. Whether it's our own DMs or messages, we get through everyone.
And then we have personal appointments. So like, what we do is appointment based, which you know for sure. People just book appointments with us, and then we have to adjust accordingly with those appointments and stuff. And
eating breakfast, going to class. In class where people are wanting to come in, we're seeing what we're gonna ship out for the day. In class, we're doing stuff like, I know like it's hard. We're learning at the same time, but we're multitasking.
What are you
We're
guys
on
majoring in?
information systems,
Okay.
so more like cybersecurity and stuff. But
Is your goal to transition out of like doing your Kicksblast, maybe sell the company, or and then go into cybersecurity, or
we've actually
what's the goal there?
we've gotten offers from our company, like people want to buy us out and stuff, and we're like,
Right.
no, we're never gonna do it. We love what we do.
Okay.
And our major was like, at first actually with school,
we were trying to drop out. We were telling our parents like no, but in their eyes, they're like, no, the degree is more important. The
Yeah.
degree. So we were like, all right, we're gonna do the degree. But
what do you guys think?
I think it doesn't matter. Degree doesn't matter anything.
yeah,
Like,
I don't think it matters too. I think it's just like you have to. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
It's like a society thing, and it's
Yeah.
like, fuck that. It doesn't mean shit if you have a degree. A
Exactly.
person could be working hard and stuff. Like even a stat, it was this year, 50% of companies don't care if you're gonna have a degree.
Mm.
It's a fact. Like school, it's about like, you pay all this money and stuff, and some people are not that fortunate. They don't have that ability where they could pay and for their education. It's like, and educations just keep on increasing in price. It's
Right.
like I don't take a firm belief. And the thing is, like, in college, many of our friends and ourselves, like, you don't learn much.
Right.
It's just showing, like, first of all, we're not gonna be an employee for someone else. We're not gonna work for someone else. But it's showing the fact that, like, you could go to a certain time or a certain job at a specific time and do a somewhat adequate job and get out of there. That's all it's
Exactly.
showing. So I feel like degree doesn't mean anything or doesn't benefit you to anything.
I hope my sister's listening to this because she shout out to Jessica. She wants me to go to college. My brother-in-law wants me to go to college, but I kind of have said the same thing. Like, I don't see the value in it. Seems like, especially in America, you have all this opportunity to be an entrepreneur,
Right.
and like, why not take that opportunity? You can always be an employee.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, you could always go back to school if anything. There's so many online schools. I know, like, one of my friends is doing online masters, and it's going to show, like, he actually was in person. And a lot of these schools, actually, I feel like are going to face troubles within these next few years because people are not going to want to go to school. Education's too expensive. There's online schools. There's so many alternatives to school in which it's crazy. Yeah, I wonder what the world's going to be soon
Right.
with these colleges. But I don't think it's going to be like, I think this is the highest price like level for schools because there's so many like online schools. There's so many ways you could get a degree if you actually want to get a degree.
Mm.
And you don't learn much at all. You don't learn. Like, what you learn is in high school.
No, so if we learn though, we could learn these skills within like a few days. I remember we were taking a finance class. I could learn that whole finance class within a day. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Exactly.
these classes you just learn in a day because everything's on YouTube, everything's on Google. it's so simple. So yeah, degrees not for sure mandated.
And
but-
talking about AI, I mean, like that's a whole nother thing. Like
It could just take
Yeah.
up all the jobs.
exactly,
Right.
yeah, it's insane.
Is that something that you guys have thought of implementing into Kicksblast somehow?
100%.
AI?
Yeah,
How would you
We
do
have
probably
we've-
our chats probably.
Yeah,
We
Okay.
make it more like AI based, but we for sure probably have to figure that out. Since we are taking information systems, so we do know how to do computer science and stuff, coding and stuff. So there would probably be a possible way, like, because we have so many requests in our DMs, if we maybe like pull our or have an automated response. That's easy though, but taking it to the next level.
it's like showing what inventory we have. If they say like this is their
Setting up
size,
appointments and everything.
exactly, or they're saying this is our size, our chatbot just showing everything we have in their size without us doing work. It's gonna save us so much time. It's like while we have to send photos, we have to see what we have in inventory, while we just base it on like uploading these information to a database in which it could be transcribed from that database to the actual text messages, which would be for sure something that we've been looking into, a way to conquer for sure.
Right. I did want to get into, you said you go to the gym. You said that he was on his phone at the gym and everything. How important is fitness to your guys' life? You know, being entrepreneurs, how important is that?
100%. I'd say it's so important. Not skipping a day at the gym feels like we're missing something. It's just like all about consistency. Like if you have if you could go to the gym every single day, I guarantee you're gonna be successful in life. No matter what you do, you're gonna be successful because you set that like in your mind. Like you're gonna go to the gym every day, and it's just like progression towards like whatever I guess you want to do at the gym. But it's just like plus mentally, you just feel better. Like before this, actually, we just hit the gym,
Right.
and we came out and we feel like a whole. It just
You
so
feel
much better.
yeah,
Yeah,
you relieve your stress and stuff, and taking care of your body. I mean,
yeah.
it's hard sometimes because you're like you have so many things to do in a day. But I feel like if you're going to the gym and just spending like 10 to 20 minutes, just if you're on cardio or whatever you're doing, just the fact that you're there and cut it from your sleep time. All you need is 10-20 minutes at the gym and you're good. But like having that mindset that you're gonna go and stuff takes you like a long way, because you're like actually dedicated and you want to like improve on your body and stuff. And
you got to get big like you.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, I was even going to say, just before I came here, like this morning, I knew I had to get cardio in, because if I'm going to do a podcast, like the relation to what you do with your body to your mind it can create a huge difference. So yeah, even I do the same thing. I guess in business and in fashion, if someone was starting their own brand like you, what would you give them as a tip? If you could tell them like one skill to get really good at, what would it be?
Skill. I mean, do you consider customer service as a skill?
Yeah.
Customer service, 100%. If you're losing $300 or $400, who gives a fuck? I mean, right? We've done it, and where people have told us they never got their shoes and stuff, and we actually like end up finding out they actually got their shoes from like the FedEx or UPS people, and we see like they actually got their shoes, but we already shipped out their new pair. It's like, damn, like why lie and stuff? But now it's gotten better because we actually like know how to deal with it. But for sure, I would say customer service.
Satisfaction. Yeah, customer service, because
they just keep on referring people. Like you have someone, if you make someone happy, they're gonna tell their friends and family. If you lose money, who cares? You're gonna make it off somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Customer service, 100%. I'd say that's important for sure.
Yeah, that's the best skill to have in fashion, and I would feel like making connections, being open and stuff, never being closed minded. I see like some people like being closed minded. You never know who you're gonna run into. Like I remember we were at like It was Balenciaga. Yeah, we were at Balenciaga. It was me, you, and like one of our best friends, and we were there, and we saw. You never know who you run into, but Lil Uzi was there,
Right.
and his one of his best friends, Skrilla, and we were there and stuff. We never like talked to Uzi and stuff. We never talked to his manager, but like, a few months, legit, like actually like 2 or 3 years after, we met his manager with G Herbo, because we were in G Herbo's studio, and we were like, that was you with Uzi, right? And he was like, yeah, Uzi's my best friend and stuff. And now we were like, we already have a connect to Uzi and stuff. Like, we've never met Uzi and stuff, but like, I feel like just being open-minded, and the fact that like whoever you're talking to, you never know like who it could be. Like Nav, if we look at Nav, Slow, we never know who he was and stuff, but
Right.
he has like, you never
He
know.
connected us to Favi.
Yeah, he connected
So
us to Favi.
it's just
It's like,
all about connections. I'd say, yeah, just being a genuine person. I say, and also like, it's not about money, like what you said at the end of the day. Like, for us to be promoted, like, of course, I'd say we for sure 100% paid for some promotions, like from people like recently, like Devin Haney. I think that was our most recent. Like, he charges sometimes, but it's fine, because it gets us, because we make that money right back. They see like, oh, we sell shoes and clothes, we pay one guy, but that money will come back to you. And then like, you just like creating your own brand, you just give free shirts to people and be like, yo, rep this. And then like, if it's cool and if people like it, they're just gonna start buying from you and stuff. So it's like, don't think about it short term, like, oh, I'm losing $20 because I'm giving you a shirt. No, think about it like, yo, I'm giving you this piece because I know I'm gonna make that $20 back.
Right.
Yeah.
I was wondering, have you guys ever thought of like making your own clothing brand and selling it like out of your store or something?
100%, but it would not be like partnered with like Kicksblast. It would be like completely
Separate
different
brand.
Yeah, but we have thought about it and stuff. I mean, like, why not? Because we have like all the
Exactly.
connections and stuff. Well, why
I
not
think
do
I
it?
think we will once we get out of school. Once we're done with school, this is our last semester, anyways.
Okay.
But
me
once
too,
we're
yeah.
done, oh yeah,
You too.
once we're done, I think it'd be easier.
Okay. So what are you gonna? Are you just not gonna use your degree? Is
Uh,
your degree just kind of a
backup, yeah,
Like-
exactly.
I think our degree is just to make our parents happy, to put a
Okay.
smile on their face. But
Right.
in reality, we're not really gonna do anything besides maybe
Yeah.
the computer science skills we learned to automate the chat box or whatever.
Yeah, and implement the skills, or the cybersecurity skills we learned, because there's a lot of people who like actually like their Instagrams get taken away and stuff, but implementing like the actual calls to protecting your account
Okay.
and stuff is very important.
Right. What is your guys' favorite brand to wear? Like, I've seen you guys rock everything. You guys have access to everything.
Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite brand?
I think right now it would be Amiri for sure.
Right.
Right now, I love my Amiri right now.
Mhm.
I feel like they've been going crazy with their collections and stuff, their style. That's one brand that's been killing the game for sure.
Amiri, yeah. And then for my shoes, I love LV, Louis Vuitton.
Louis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love Louis
Louis,
shoes,
yeah.
the skates and stuff. Even the CD Dior's, everyone loves them. I think that's our probably most selling
The
shoe right now.
B30s.
Yeah,
those are
exactly.
dope. I got some
They're-
B30s from you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are
Everyone
our
loves them.
most selling shoe right now, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering, since you guys know so much about the trends, I've even thought about it, and I have friends who've thought about like starting clothing lines. What do you guys see? Like, what do you guys see the most in clothing brands that are successful? What do you see them doing? Because you guys have like an insider view of it.
Yeah, 100%. We know Desta. We know.
We know Mike Amiri too. Or we know of him, sort of. We know like
his story and
his
stuff.
story and stuff. Because we know all these artists, so these artists tell us the backstory of like how people get bigger and stuff. And for example, Mike Amiri, he would give free stuff to Lil Durk. Still nowadays, whenever we run to Durk, like, or talk to his team, they give like 50K off. They're like, here you go, Dirk. But that's promoting. That's promoting on a next level. I'd say that would be our goal. Like promoting on a level like, yo, here I have 50,000 for you to spend, and then you rep the our company, and then there you go. So that's how Amiri blew up.
Yeah.
He gave like
But
money
now
off.
it's like the fact that these artists or even these like players and stuff, they don't wear like brands like that because they know like they could get whatever they want for
Right.
free. They could rep. So I feel like having a meaning behind your brand means a lot too.
Yeah.
Like what you're representing, what are you displaying and stuff. Really counts. So I would feel like
Connections, everything, it
connections.
sounds like.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
for sure connections.
Okay. So what do you guys see like next for Kicksblast? What are your guys' goals in like say the next 5 years or next year and then next 5 years?
I'd say our next year. Well, this year was sort of like we were like, we want to focus like on our health. We were like, let's like, because for the past like 5 years we were going so hard, like gas or the pedal to the floor. But now this year we were like, let's slow stuff down. Let's like get back to the roots. Like, what are we known for? Our customer service. So we wanted to get better at customer service this year. But in the next 5 years, I'd say like we would want in the next 5 years. That's a tough question. To be honest, I didn't even think about that because I'm just still taking it day by day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, but the next 5 years could be like
crazy. I'd say like the 5 years ago when we moved, we would never imagine this where we are
Yeah.
today.
I feel
Just-
like just opening like different locations in different parts of the world.
Yeah, I'd say like
Would
probably
be
our next
something
city
good.
might we want to do Miami for sure because we know Miami's pretty big. Especially real estate's going up there in Miami, so that's a good sign for sure.
Right. Where are you guys? Are you guys just located in LA and Dubai right now?
Yes,
Yeah.
but we ship
Okay.
worldwide, so we
You
ship
ship
everywhere.
Yeah.
But it'd be nicer to see. We have a little brother, so he might get into the game too. He helps us out sometimes, but if he could open a location in Miami, that'd be amazing too.
Right.
So we get those people there. Yeah, I'd say yeah. There's so many. It's endless. I'd say the opportunities over here in the U.S. It's endless. So we're lucky.
Yeah, that's what comes with entrepreneurship, which is amazing. I mean, you meet amazing people, you meet cool people, and the best part is you don't work for someone else. You work
Right.
on your own time. We work whenever we want. It's our love to our own business that you put in, and we realized like if you hire someone and stuff, they're not gonna put the amount of effort you put in.
Yeah, we
'Cause
did
at
have
the end of the day,
employees.
at the end of the day, it's your business which you actually love. It's something that no one else is gonna do. No one else is gonna love it as much as you. No one's gonna put the time and effort as much as you do. It's another thing is like um if you don't work, there's no money. Like
Right.
that's what comes with entrepreneurship. Like you have to work. You have to be like, oh, another thing is like you can't stop. There's like no stopping. There's like you can't be like, okay, I'm gonna stop for a day or two. It's like you have to be thinking like, okay, what's next? Like you just have to keep on continuing because like at the end of the day, there's so many shops and stuff, and where these people could be shopping anywhere they want. They don't need to come to
Right.
us. If we're not replying and stuff, why deal with us? If we're not giving customer satisfaction, why? So our main thing is customer satisfaction.
Exactly. I did want to ask, since you guys have employees, you talked about you guys are the main, you're the owners, you're the top of the business. How do you guys manage like having employees? You said no one will ever like love the business like you. How do you guys motivate your employees and keep them on the same mindset as you? as you?
Paying them good. Pay your
Okay.
employees good. That's one thing we've learned. Pay your employees good. They're gonna do amazing work for you, and they're gonna be there for you, and they're gonna care for the company longer. Pay them good, and they'll stay.
Right.
Giving them bonuses and stuff. Telling them like let's hit this, whatever it is. But yeah, the pay has to be good for them to love it as much as you do. But at the end of the day, they're never gonna love it as much as you do.
Right.
No matter what happens, no matter how much you want to pay them, is just something that I think it's it's a different mindset compared to like an entrepreneur, or if you want to work for someone else. That's what it is at the end.
Definitely. Well, before we finish, I just wanted to ask you guys if you guys had anything to say to the world, I guess. What would it be? Do you have like a sentiment that you just would like to tell people?
Damn. I'd be like, work hard no matter what. It's not about like we've gotten like we weren't the most smartest people like and stuff, but for our grades we would always work hard. No matter what it is in life, I feel like working hard is like very important. Not saying like fuck I have this shit or whatever, you want to go out and stuff. It's not about that. If you think about it, it's like working hard, staying focused, and staying consistent. Those are the three items I'd say for sure. Those are the things that actually like bring success, that makes you like work harder and push harder.
Yeah, besides the ethic, working hard ethics, I'd say like staying true to yourself for sure. And then I had something else to say. Damn.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, I see you guys. You guys are twin brothers. Do you guys ever like bump heads or anything? Like when you're working, is that something that is kind of? I'm sure that it's helped your relationship a lot, but has there ever been like friction there?
No, I think we go based off like on like if he has something to say, I'll be like, wait, what about like this? Like what happens if this happens? Or like if why not look at it this way? And we both come always to an agreement and stuff like yeah. So it's never like bumping heads, it's we go based off like on each other and we come to the best decision. I feel like it's an amazing thing.
Right.
If anything, yeah, we never collide, but it's just like basing our ideas off of each other and coming to the best thing on whatever it is.
Right.
And then I remember what I had to say. Sorry about it.
No, you're good.
But I'd say whatever you do, you just have to be the best at what you do, no matter what you do. And then
Something you love, yeah.
yeah, something you love.
You
and-
gotta love what you do.
Yeah, you have to love what you do, and then just be the best at what you do. I'd say it doesn't matter what you do though. Like, yeah, you'll just be the most successful. I'd say like
Yeah.
for sure.
Find something you're passionate about.
Exactly,
Passionate
because
about-
you can't be the best at what you do if you don't like something you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say thank you guys so much for hopping on. I think I got a lot of value from what you guys said to me. Yeah, this is cool. This is my first in-person
Yeah,
one.
man.
I'm really appreciative of you guys, hopping on. You guys didn't have to at all.
Man, no,
You
we
guys did.
appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
we
we appreciate you
you.
guys, man. And stay tuned with like the Baller Pod. Oh
Yeah,
God,
stay
it's gonna be
tuned.
crazy.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna be crazy. I know.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah.
Again, tap into Kicksblast. You can find them on IG. I'll put everything in the bio. And thank you guys for listening. And tune in for next week and a new episode. Appreciate y'all. Deuces. Good stuff, y'all.
Good.